Christmas had always been a time of warmth and family for me. Growing up, it was the highlight of the year. Gingerbread scents, festive decorations, and the joy of being surrounded by loved ones. But something changed after I got married and had kids. My parents' home, once welcoming, became colder. The warmth was replaced with subtle comments and disapproving glances toward my children, Leo and Lily. At first, I brushed it off. My mother's remarks about Leo being too active and Lily being too quiet seemed harmless. My wife, Sarah, always tried to smooth things over, but I ignored the growing unease. I wanted my kids to experience the same magical Christmas I once had. Then came this Christmas, our breaking point. We arrived at my parents' house, gifts in hand, smiles on our faces. Everything seemed normal. The kids ran off to play, Sarah helped in the kitchen, and I made small talk with my dad and brother. Then during the gift exchange, my mother did something I will never forget. She called up all the children, except mine. Leo and Lily waited eagerly, their little faces filled with excitement. My mother, standing beside the tree, smiled and announced, "That's it for the children this year." The room went silent. My kids' smiles faded, replaced by confusion and heartbreak. "Mom," I said, trying to keep my voice steady, "what did you just say?" She had the audacity to act surprised. "Oh, we just didn't get gifts for Leo and Lily this year. They don't really fit in anymore." "Fit in?" Sarah's voice trembled with anger. "They're your grandchildren." My father attempted to downplay it. "Let's not make a scene." But I had enough. I looked at Sarah, and without another word, we gathered our children, wished everyone a forced Merry Christmas, and walked out. The ride home was quiet. The kids fell asleep, exhausted. That night, after tucking them in, Sarah and I sat in silence until I finally said, "I'm done." For years, I had been the dutiful son, the one who helped, the one who paid. My parents weren't struggling, but they were cheap. Every broken appliance, every home repair. They called me, and I, like a fool, always took care of it. Not anymore. A week later, my phone rang. It was my mother sobbing. "Honey, the roof is leaking. Water is everywhere. We don't know what to do." I listened, feeling nothing. "That sounds bad," I said neutrally. "We can't afford a roofer right now," she continued desperately. "You always help us." There it was. The entitlement. The expectation. "I'm sorry, Mom," I said. "I'm not paying for your roof." Silence, then a sharp, angry intake of breath. "You ungrateful, selfish child. After everything we've done for you." "No, Mom," I interrupted. "You humiliated my children. You made it clear they weren't welcome." "Well, now neither is my money." Her tone turned venomous. "You think you're punishing us? You owe us." "No, I don't," I said, my voice calm and final. And then, for the first time in my life, I hung up. The silence that followed wasn't empty. It was freeing. Sarah watched me, concern in her eyes. "Are you okay?" For the first time in years, I smiled. A real, genuine smile. "Yeah," I said. "I finally am.